Welcome to the Pandemonium Witches podcast, where the ADHD has just a touch of autism, where the true crime is as scary as the hauntings and unsolved cases. But the hosts never stay on topic for long. I'm Kat.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Em.
And I'm Meg.
Keep your arms, legs, and other extremities in the vehicle at all times, and enjoy the show. What in the flittering fuck happened?
Hold on, guys. Rejoin in a minute. Okay.
No, I can't hear you.
I don't know.
Hold on. Wait. Oh, look, it's me. I'm the problem.
It happens.
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So, as I said, I'm in hell, but actually this is just my house.
Different portion.
Right. We are upstairs today because we played Family Minecraft again, and I just didn't move the computer down.
Oh,
So
I mean, that's fair.
And also, like, I can open the window right here, and it's just a really nice breeze. So I was like, you know what? We stay here today.
Love that. I love that for you.
I love that for me too.
My
I'm
husband's
just
like,
happy to like be doing things.
my husband was like, what are you doing? And I was like, filming.
What are we usually doing? Filming.
Well, I
Whatever
mean,
the
it's
heck
not,
I won't.
it's not Tuesday, so I can't say take over the world, but you know,
That's valid.
here we are. So, are you excited for Halloween, Meg?
Oh God, yeah. I've already started decorating. Like, I mean, do you start decorating if you never undecorate? Question for the masses. But I am very excited. Except we're still trying to figure out here what everyone's going to be for Halloween. And pretty sure my 10-year-old's planning to be a banana. So not exactly sure where that went. But
Like,
and then my 8-year-old is going to be a rainbow unicorn sloth, which they have a costume for, fun fact. And it was on sale 2 months ago. God, I hope she didn't grow. So it's fine.
I
And
mean,
then the other one is still in limbo
if
as to what he
she
wants to be.
if she did grow, guess what you do? You buy rainbow bright socks.
And
And
hope to God it's not snowing, because you never know what's going to happen in October here.
listen, what was it? October last year? It did snow.
'Twas cold.
It was very cold.
Yes.
So for Halloween, I know you've been looped into the discussion. We're doing a bunch of spooky shit. Haunted shit.
Oh, thank God, because the last one I was on that was not spooky shit that was a mind fuck, and I'm still recovering.
I'm so
It's fine.
sorry.
Well, the best part is we did the recording, which was in and of itself an experience. And then I re-listened to it and found myself having the same exact reactions the second time as I was listening. So something
That's even
happened,
better.
right? Something happened, and I was like, I don't know, Rachel said something. Rachel said something, and I went, oh God. And then my voice, like 2 seconds later on the recording, went, oh God. And I was like, oh no.
Tiny hot pocket of joy.
I love that.
That's a t-shirt.
We need
So
an enamel
I'm excited
pin.
about, right? I'm excited about spooky things because they're not better, but they're different.
I mean, okay, spooky things are better because 9 times out of 10, it's either non-factual or things that we shouldn't do, but stupid people do them anyways, and I will explain that later.
Fantastic. And it's just, it's a good fucking story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually.
We're not talking about babies in hat boxes, so it's cool.
Not this time.
Not
If we are talking, hello.
the family's here. Everyone is here.
I keep hitting the lever on my chair all day tonight, so I just went, nope.
That was me. I walk into the room and she's like, is it Frank doing it? And I was like, no, I'm just fat because I sat down and my chair just went pink.
And the worst part is there's not a lock on the lever, so I can't just lock it in place to prevent me from doing that.
Yep.
You're having your own, it's like your Wish brand King's Dominion over there. Pay a ticket.
Low blow.
What? King's Dominion, I assume, is better than the Wish brand.
Okay, you know
I
what?
don't know. I've never been to King's Dominion.
King's Dominion is better than Great America. Great America is in California, and it's still running even though 5 people have died.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a thing called the drop zone, which they've renamed like 6 or 7 times, and it's one of those ones that does the dropping thing.
Yeah.
And they let people, this was like 10, 20 years ago, with developmental disabilities go on the ride. And
no.
And they wiggled out, and they...
No.
Was the sound effect necessary?
Hi.
Good Lord.
Hold on, guys. Guys, the general meownager is here.
Oh, hello, General Meowmager.
Can you guys
Hello.
hear the purrs?
You little cat.
No.
Really? You need to purr louder.
Meg hasn't heard it!
Yeah, I can do that.
Great. Never do it again.
Also, I have good news. Good news, everyone.
Hold on, wait.
No. The corporal has gotten back in touch with me.
Okay.
Ooh.
We will be moving forward with charges.
There we go.
We can't discuss what it is because it's an active,
Investigation.
but I can
case.
pause it. So hold on, let me just...
Look, man, I started with the guys. I'll be right there. I gotta pee. Which I hope that's
I peed
in.
just before we started, so.
I just got home. I can't stay on too long because I apparently have a date with my wife and her husbando, or not husbando. That's my husbando. Don't date your fathers, guys. Her dad is coming into town, so I'm meeting my father-in-law
Ooh.
Oh boy.
like this.
I mean, sleeves. You good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Except, I don't know if you can see that.
I mean, just don't slap him across the face. Like, don't backhand him and you're good.
That was
I
a
mean-
very quick pee. Did you like push it out like a fart? Just
What? What the hell? I leave for 20 seconds.
exactly.
That's the point, frankly. Unfortunately, that's... She wanted to know if you, like, just hit the eject button on that sucker or what happened.
I literally walked all the way to the bathroom and my bladder went, false alarm, and I went, you son of a...
I did make the doctor at the hospital concerned about my mental health though, because I said it's fine, guys. I'm dating a doctor. I'm playing this game where you can date a doctor.
Of course
Yeah.
you
I
are.
don't think that's what they wanted to hear.
So, I'm going to give you guys 3 guesses on what we're doing today.
Oh no.
The same thing we do every Sunday. Try to take over the world.
No, that's Tuesdays.
And today's Monday.
Well, I can't take over the world on Tuesday. I have court.
So, how about I give you a hint?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
It's folklore
okay.
that has been from South America to the Appalachians to the European coasts.
That's not much help.
Yeah, that narrows it down to like 50 things.
They're based
Right.
in
Does it involve-
forests.
Oh, so it's not a screamy white lady.
Uh-uh.
It could be a screamy. It could be. Are they wet or dry?
Well, they're dry.
I hate that that's a question that's valid.
Your
Is
husband,
that- like-
your husband pulled a stupid involving one.
Skinny boys.
Yup.
Oh no.
Skinny boys. Skinny boys.
Oh, I did the voice again.
I'm telling you, it's an emo band name.
It
It's-
is.
It's a bunch of kids in mom's garage. They have named themselves the Skinny Boys, and they are banging on a trash can, Doug Funny style.
They have piercings in their ears that they did themselves with safety pins and like lighters and a lime.
Oh, don't forget the studded
lime.
jackets with the Junko
you
jeans.
didn't know that? You You sanitize it, like you put the acid from the lime on it, and then you light it with the lighter to like disinfect it.
And then you use the ice cube behind your earlobe and...
Yep, you put the ice cube to numb it, and then you use a potato behind it.
No, I pay people to poke holes in my ears.
Oh,
That-
you never did that in high school? That's how I
No.
helped pierce a friend's belly button in like 8th grade.
Belly button.
Yeah.
God.
I paid money when I turned 18 to get that done.
Oh my god, we did that all in
In
the
a-
South. Ears, noses.
No.
We did a tongue once.
I've done...
I try not to get infections, thanks.
Well, I did it
Well,
on other people.
No safer than Claire's.
I was terrified to like jaywalk as a child, so I was definitely not poking my ear with things.
Same. I
So...
really
had an
thought
older
Jay-
sister that got her tongue pierced, and after she turned 18, still lived at home. And my mother proceeded to create all kinds of pasta dishes for like several weeks before, because my sister didn't tell my mother that it was done. It just, yeah. So I learned from her experiences to not do things.
Quick question: can you not eat pasta with a tongue piercing?
When it's,
It gets wrapped around it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Especially when it's
fresh.
freshly done too.
Okay, so I all of a sudden have to go anywhere else but here.
And
It
it was
can
all
also
the
skip
tomato
your-
dishes too, so that way all the acid. Yeah,
I got something
I learned
pierced,
from older siblings.
but I went to Catholic school and I was 18 and I got something pierced that I shouldn't have.
Oh no!
Was it
And
in the land down under?
yes,
I met a
I'm
nun.
sweating. I'm sweating.
so
I met a nun with that piercing.
I got it removed that day because luckily I knew the ambulance driver who showed up, and I was like, I can't go to the ER. You're gonna drop me off at my mom's ER, and he's like, I'll remove it. It's fine. We will never discuss this again. And he
Will never
removed
be
it,
brought up again.
and it never got brought up again with him. And I love him to death. He is one of the kindest people I've met. But we're getting far off topic today.
As usual.
No, we're not.
Today was requested by our lovely Autumn. They asked for Rougarou, not Subarus.
No, I don't think that was Autumn that did that.
Who did Rougarou? I'm pretty sure it was Autumn.
Hold on. No, it was Tarika.
Oh, Tarika!
Yeah.
Fabulous. So they have several names, one of them being Skinwalkers or Skinny Boys. I said it once. I didn't say it more. Don't do that. Everything here is protected and all the windows are locked.
Oh, congratulations for you.
You have headphones on, dumbass. So they're also
I have
known
a protection candle going.
All my shit's in a storage unit. All I have is a cat.
Ow.
you forgot I protected your outside when I was there last when I did the wedding.
That's valid.
Ow.
Stop hurting yourself. So they're also known as in Creole, Rougarou, werewolf, Loup-garou, and Rougarou.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. It is out of Native American mythology, from Navajo, also from French Canadian folklore and Cajun folklore.
All right then.
Listen, before
Gesundheit.
before we get into it, her husband,
Oh no.
Listen.
Oh no.
she lives out in the boonies. Meg, you live in the boonies too, but Emily lives out in the boonies in suburbs.
Not anymore. I'm good now.
Yeah, but
I live out in the woods, ma'am.
right.
We had a bear that shat in the house while it was being built.
Side note, I only want to see a bear. I just want to see a bear in the wild. I just want it to walk up to my house, wave at my Ring camera, and keep going. I just want that, and it hasn't happened yet.
Hold on, can we back up real quick? Is Shat in your house?
They were so they had to completely build the house from ground up, and so the concrete was laid, the walls and the exterior walls had been erected, and the inside framing had been done, and so the room that is now the pantry, it got in there and it shat in there, and then We only know it was a bear, one, because
The
my
size
dad,
of the shit.
yeah, the size of the shit, and also because there was bear tracks all around the house.
So that is the bear that you're going to be able to pet.
Haven't seen it since, but I'm pretty sure it might be the one that ended up breaking the back fence like in 2016. So, because it was trying to get over and it just didn't, and so like the whole panel just went with it.
Oh my god, that's me trying to get over like a baby gate.
It was a 4-foot fence. It was a 4-foot fence.
But
Relatable. I get it. That poor bear.
But see, I want to pet a bear, but just
Pet a bear.
pet a bear, a baby bear, like a little one.
Where there's babies, there's mamas.
And mamas are scary.
I know.
Right?
But
There.
Emily's husband did a dump.
Oh no.
So everybody knows you don't whistle in the woods at night.
Or sing.
Day or night, just not a good idea.
Emily, what did your husband do?
Oh no.
This motherfucker.
Oh no.
11:30 at night. 11:33 at night. The moon is full. It is in the sky.
I'm at her house. They just got home.
He goes to let the dog in from the backyard. He sees it in the one corner of our backyard that was not warded. Come on, Tyr. Let's go inside. The dog looks right at him, and Tyr comes running in from the left side of the house.
I'll be right back, guys.
I didn't like that story.
Oh, we're not done yet.
No.
This is just the beginning.
I was
So-
Great.
I was in the living room, right?
He does what any normal person would do. He grabs the dog, brings it inside, slams the door shut, and locks it. We had at the time like coats and backpacks kind of hiding the window of the door, and all he hears is, like woof woof woof.
Yeah, no woof woof. Whatever the opposite of a fow.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what the backwards of woof is. Don't do that.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. He hears scratching at the door, like in a dog barking to come inside. And we're like,
No, thank you.
fucking no, absolutely not. So we go into the living room. At this time, we still have our curtains up. And he sits on the couch and he goes, I'm not technically looking at it if it's through the Ring camera. So he pulls up his fucking phone and looks at it through his phone.
I think that still counts.
And it's looking directly at him through the camera.
Yeah, that definitely still counts.
And he puts his phone away and he's like, I'm going to go to bed. So he comes upstairs because this is at a time where his back is still okay. Comes upstairs. He does it again. And it's moving because you can move the camera. It's moving with the camera. And he's like, okay. Don't like that.
No.
And puts the camera down and you still hear woof, woof, woof.
No. I'm sorry. We
No
have one
thanks.
dog. We are finished.
Cat then hears at the front door. So Chris looks at the camera in the backyard. There's nothing in the backyard. So he gets the bright idea to open the curtain
No.
to be like, where is it?
Has he never watched a horror movie in his entire life?
No.
He would be the first to die in a horror movie.
I told him.
Absolutely not. Don't look out the window. So what do you do? What do, honey? He looks out anyway. And it's not in the backyard. No, it's in the window of the second floor.
And at this time, I had already gone upstairs, put the kids to bed, closed all the windows, locked all the windows and everything like that. And this was right when they had gotten home that I had come downstairs and I was in the living room.
My bed used to be right there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
Hello, sir.
This window.
The way my whole body just was like, chills, also run. And I don't run. So, like, that's not a great response for you.
If I'm running, you should run too.
So, word of the wise.
Don't.
Don't.
Just don't.
Just don't. People say that they're like, oh yeah, that's your belief. It is my belief. However, I've seen some shit. I know for a fact
They do exist.
they do exist. Skinnies. We're just gonna call them jeans.
Hey.
Jeans.
I like that.
All right. So, like skinny jeans. So, jeans. They don't. They can mimic people's voices, and I'll go into this in depth. But Emily heard this at my house once, and she never questioned me about it again.
Saw you, heard your voice, and was like, you know what? I'm not white enough for that.
But right before the voice, there was a bunch of clicking. Like, not anything. She thought it was the front door at first, but it's like it's quiet. Like, it's not anything too... She just thought it was the front door, and then she heard my voice. Emily, can you let me in? And I was like, what'd you say, Em? And I stuck my head out of the bedroom, because you know that long hallway. She was in the hallway. I was in the bedroom, and she went, nope. I'm just going to stay right here. And I was like, here, take this with you. They won't go anywhere near you. And I was right, but...
I think I might prefer murder. Can we go back?
No. Sorry. We've already started this. It's too far gone. So, in Navajo culture, the Rougarou is medium, like a true human, or in their wolf form, like a gene. They're like about as big as a gray wolf, and Rougarou are large, so they're even larger like that. Okay, so in Navajo culture, a gene is known as a Yi Nadadushi.
I thought
it is a douche. That's a lie.
I thought you said yeet. Like,
so did I.
Yeet.
Like,
I'm a yeet it.
So,
right, so
yeet,
a yeet douche.
douche.
a Yidouche. So it's a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. The term is never used for healers, which is what I am, which is a bruja. So that word is translating to by the means of it, or it goes on all fours, which is one of several types of genes within the Navajo belief, of which there's a lot. These witches are seen as their antithesis of Navajo values, performing malevolent ceremonies and using manipulative magic in stark contrast to the beneficial works of medicine people. It also is perhaps the most common variety seen in horror fiction by non-Navajo-like people. So the legend is like super deep embedded into the Navajo Nation, along with Cree and a couple of other native tribes.
And overall, they're bad news bears.
Very much so. And my chair keeps... Son of a biscuit.
It's a common problem for today.
So...
Side note, can we give it up for the savior of this weekend?
No.
We love to.
There's some good puppers.
Shaken.
So stories often depict genes considered using their powers for evil and considered a source of fear and mystery within Navajo communities. Traditional accounts describe them as powerful sorcerers who, after engaging in nefarious activities, gain the ability to transform. So once they have transformed into these beings, after a few times, they are unable to transform back.
You better pick something you like.
Right.
Right?
Well, here's the thing. So when you transform into these beings, they're human-like. So the only thing that I have seen come close to it as far as horror goes is, I just watched it the other day. It's called The Watchers.
Oh, I've heard of that.
It is the two of you. So no, Emily and Rachel, they're meme shame.
Sorry.
So the only
I'm being
thing,
considerate. I was muted.
so with the Watchers, they transform into humans, but the skin isn't exactly right, and the eyes don't sit perfect, or the nose is slightly off, or the mouth is slightly, like, it's just small imperfections. But with these genes, they look perfect. That being said, so while community healers and cultural workers are known as medicine men or women, like yours truly, by other positive terms in the community, witches are seen in the indigenous communities as natures of evil and performing harmful ceremonies and manipulative magic and perversion of the good works medicine people traditionally perform. So, like,
Ew.
even though we consider ourselves witches, they wouldn't consider us as witches because we don't perform any evil. We only do good. So,
To a point.
I mean, okay, look, we're not talking about that. Okay, we're not talking about the jars on the bottom over there. Those don't exist. Okay? So the Navajo believe that there are places where powers of both good and evil are present, and those powers can be harnessed for either. Medicine men use these powers to heal and aid members of the community. At the same time, those that practice Navajo witchcraft seek direct communication with the spiritual forces to cause harm or misfortune to others. This type of Navajo witchcraft is known as the witchery way, which actually there's a book called that, and I looked it up on Kindle. I'm sorry, Meg. Which uses human corpses in a way such as tools from the bones to concoctions that they use to curse, harm, or kill intended victims.
What? They're using the dead to make more dead?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you have enough? There's so many people in this world. Just use someone who's already gone.
At least it's resourceful.
No!
Reduce,
I mean, at
reuse,
least they're
recycle.
not letting anything go to waste, you know?
They're recycling.
Yeah,
They're using all bits and parts.
This is why I'm getting cremated.
reuse.
You mean you're not going to turn my
Reuse,
femur?
recycle.
You're not turning my femur into a sword.
What
Because
I
if you
turn
do, you're
it
going to
into
do
a
it wrong. You're going to use the left one instead of the right one.
I
What if I
mean,
use it as a soup ladle?
That's worse
it would
too.
be the
Don't
same
eat-
process of using animal bones for tools.
Don't slurp off my femur.
So,
Don't.
But the marrow, it's so healthy.
Thou shalt not soup ladle.
Okay, show me where it says that in the Ten Commandments.
We ain't
I'll
talking
give you a
about
10th
God.
commandment. So the
Go
Navajo
for it.
aren't just part of one small community. They're part of a larger community that includes the Pueblo people. Pueblo. Okay. So the Pueblo people include the Apache, the Hopi, the Ute, and other groups also known various versions of the story. So people outside the Navajo and the native community have kind of bastardized the story. So instead of it being just something that is created due to these witches going bad, they've... I'm sorry, Mike.
Stop doing that. It doesn't make it better.
Apologize ahead of time.
I start sweating before you say it now.
They say it's resulted from cannibalism.
Yes.
No.
So,
Scary.
I'm only doing a small part of that. I'm not doing a whole thing, okay? So, I love you. I'm just saying that. So,
Wasn't there supernatural episodes about that?
there was. I
the
will get to
game?
that. I will get to that at the end. Okay. So, Cherokee Nation academic Adrian Keene says the lack of necessary cultural context and stories are embedded within. Traditional Navajo people are reluctant to reveal the lore to non-natives or to discuss it at all amongst those they do not trust. They written a response to non-Navajos incorporating legends into their writing, such as the turf herself, J.K. Rowling. And when this is done, we, the Navajo people, native people, are now opened up to the barrage of questions about these beliefs and traditions. But these are not things that need or should be discussed by outsiders at all. I am sorry if this seems unfair. However, this is how our culture survives.
Which makes sense.
I completely agree.
That's fine. Also, if you don't want to tell me scary things, don't tell me scary things. Leave your scary things in your own back pockets. That's fine.
I kind of have to tell the listeners about the scary things, Meg. I'm sorry.
I mean, I know, but I just meant in general.
Okay. So, animals associated with witchcraft are common across all forms of lore, not just with native tribes. But they include tricksters such as coyotes, owls, and other items such as snakes. This includes things that are normally associated with bad omens or death.
Question, point of question, one quick one. You know what I realize they don't actually put in there often? Spiders. They talk about owls, they talk about snakes, they talk about whatever. Spiders are tools, like they're ingredients. They're not always like
Right.
omens of bad things. It's weird that it's like the big black dog is the bad guy, where it's like, oh, but that giant tarantula that's going to chew off your face is just fine.
Can we please not talk about spiders?
She got bit by
beg
one.
of you. I did. I got bit by a spider before what happened.
Fun.
You were just having a bad weekend.
Girl, you got no idea. Oh my god.
You got bit by a spider and then by a human.
So,
And a dog.
Mike Tyson. Hold on. So,
thick and tired of being underappreciated.
So,
Don't make me laugh. It hurts.
so with natives, spiders are considered a link to our loved ones across death. So they're not.
That's what I mean.
They're not considered evil or anything like that, even though a lot of them cause death. But whatever.
And also, they're all like they're the rage for Halloween decorations.
True.
And so why? Weird that we're choosing that. Pick something else.
So
Just decorate your house. Decorate your house with a cannibal. It's fine.
The spider in the corner of my house see me beat down its house, the cobweb, just to put up a fake cobweb.
my dude. So, genes are more frequently seen as coyotes, wolves, foxes, monkeys, eagles, owls, bears, cougars, or crows, or other highly elusive creatures. Some native believe that genes have the ability to steal the face or the likeness of a person, and some believe that if you ever lock eyes with one, they can absorb themselves into your body.
I'm good, fam.
No thanks.
This may cause one's body to freeze up with fear, allowing the gene to channel that fear and gain power over your body.
I'm
Hi,
good.
I'm super scary. Also, don't be scared or it gets worse. What? Like, hi, I'm here to absolutely terrify you and just break down every possibility of strength that you have. But also, if I do that and I am successful, you're done for.
Right. Like, so stories have been told among native children that may complete life and death struggles in the end, that either genes or native killing other people, partial encounters, they end in a stalemate. Encounter stories may be composed as victory stories, where the genes approaching a Hogan is a warrior, and being
Not Hulk.
not Hulk, no, H-O-G.
Okay, no handlebar mustache,
No,
or whatever that thing is. What is that thing that goes all the way down?
it's
That's a handlebar, not mustache.
a handlebar.
That's what I thought.
This is-
Those handlebars are old. They go all the way down to his neck.
So, non-native interpretations of Skinwalker stories typically take the form of partial encounter stories on the road, where the protagonist is temporarily vulnerable, but then escapes. Sometimes native children take European folk stories and substitute genes for generic killers like the Hookman.
I know that story.
I do too.
Yeah.
It was also requested, but we're not going to do that one for a while because it's a creepypasta. So, genes are often feared wherever the stories are told, much like their philanthropic relatives. Normally like creatures of the night, vampires, werewolves, shapeshifters, that kind of thing. They're feared, which is relatively so. I don't want to read that part.
If you don't want to read it, I definitely don't want to hear it.
I want to hear it. You want me to read it?
No. There have been many other horrific tales about things that genes perform on their victims.
Don't list it. Don't fucking list it. Just leave it as a pyramid. It does pyramid. Period. It doesn't need to be a semicolon.
Such as
Got
using poison powder of corpse dust made from ground infant bones.
No,
Babe!
not the infants.
No babies. See, I told you. You need to listen to me.
Preferably the finger and the skull bones of twins. I'm not laughing. I'm uncomfortable.
Why are you laughing?
I laugh when I'm uncomfortable or nervous.
Rachel just is like, I want to be out of here.
So genes rarely achieved a prominent status within civilized society, understandably so.
Because they're made from bad baby dust.
So instead, they prefer nomadic lifestyles.
No, I think that was to kill them.
Yeah, that's to kill them. Yeah.
Well, either way, we're not. Don't.
So they don't like to live in civilized society. They like to live on the edge of town in forests.
Obviously,
They're not welcome here.
Right. They choose a
they're the
nomadic.
lepers of the community.
So they choose a nomadic lifestyle and live close to society, supporting it as fishers, trackers, hunters, guides, or scouts. Others took up the call of an adventurer's life, and while yet others give in to the expectations of society, letting their primal bloodlust fuel their life of crime. Don't give me that look.
I'm sorry, it's the only face I have.
You want to borrow mine?
This isn't Ed Gein. We're covering that in a couple of months.
Yeah.
So, Jean can transform into any animal by first wearing the pelt of the animal in order to properly transform into said animal. Other lore can be found in cultures throughout the world, which I did break down. Okay, in fact, archaeological discoveries in modern-day Germany date back to the contemplation of lycanthropes, or shape-shifting or animal-like beings, such as werewolves, back to 35,000 and 40,000 years ago. Still, the concept remains a key feature of religion, myth, and the fantastic in German culture. European folklore is rich in its own shapeshifter legends. For example, werewolves. Creatures that can transform between human and wolf forms are widespread in European folk stories, such as France, Germany, Eastern Europe, and tales of selkies, which we discussed on the Water Women episode. To change from seals to humans can be found in Scotland and Ireland. For our Russian...
We have not discussed them yet.
We have not?
No, we did Kelkies. That
We
is
did.
later on today.
Oh! I confused the two. I'm sorry.
Which we will discuss.
Yes.
TBD. TBD. It's just a
TBD.
different D. Oh, we don't need to say that out loud. Sorry. That was not the right phrasing.
So, for our Slavic friends, we have the Slavic folklore. There are stories of vampires who can transform into bats, wolves, and other creatures. Although these entities exhibit transformative abilities, like genes, the cultural context, stories, and moral lessons from the European shapeshifters differ very significantly from the Navajo stories. Because it's not like lessons learned kind of thing. It's in the native stories, it's all about lessons learned and getting better. In European culture stories, such as like Krampus, it's all based in fear. I'm going to
Death.
Yes. So I do have to...
I don't know what shapeshifter I want to be. You know how people are like, what special power do you want to have? If somebody was like, what shapeshifter do you want to be? I was like, I don't know. One that doesn't turn into a scary animal?
Well, there's a show called Skinwalker Ranch.
Wait, like a TV show?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It borders...
It's been on several episodes, or several seasons. It's very, very weird.
What is it on, like the
I tried
Travel Channel or
watching it.
something? Sci-fi? What is it on?
I think it's on the Travel Channel. Rachel can look it up. So, I think it's in here. No, it's the History Channel. Sorry.
Oh, that's worse.
So, it borders the Unitah and the... Sorry?
She confirmed.
It borders the Unitah and the Ouray Indian reservations in Utah and is a hotbed for strange phenomena. The cattle
You can
ranch...
also watch it on...
What?
Sorry. You can also watch it on Netflix.
I will not be watching
There's-
it anywhere, but I appreciate you
There's
sharing.
5 seasons.
5 seasons of
5 seasons.
I
Of-
explain.
walkie bodies?
Hold on. Explain. The cattle ranch has spawned a popular book, Hunt for the, and a feature-length documentary of the same name for the History Channel series, The Secret of Blank Ranch. As the story goes, Terry Sherman and his family gained widespread attention after encountering numerous inexplicable phenomena on their Utah property, famously dubbed Ranch, in reference to the Navajo legends of shape-shifting witches. The 512-acre ranch in the Uinta Basin has been the epicenter of numerous unexplained incidents such as UFO sightings, livestock mutilations, and other mysterious activities. In 1996, the Sherman family sold the ranch to billionaire Robert Bigelow. I know that name sounds familiar.
Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo?
Yes.
There.
Who was significantly interested in paranormal activities. No, my brain auto-corrected the name, Deuce Bigelow, male skinwalker. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate
Got
you.
it set. Oh, you're welcome.
So, 1996, they sold it. Bigelow established the National Institute for Discovery Science, known as NIDS, to investigate the paranormal incidents occurring. Such things have become synonymous with the paranormal-related activities, spurring substantial intrigue, skepticism, and various investigations. And then in 2016, Robert sold the ranch to Brandon Fugel. Direct quote, "From encounters with mythical animals to numerous cattle mutilations, poltergeist activity, crop circles, sightings of glowing orbs, and even flying saucers, virtually everything you can call paranormal has been reported at the ranch and surrounding properties." Fugel told a publication that there was a 100-year-old history of paranormal activity in the area, including gene sightings and all around the property. So, of course, the Uinta and Ouray Indian Reservation is home to the Ute tribe, and at one time, the Ute enslaved some of the Navajo people. And they also joined U.S. troops against the Navajo during the Civil War. So that's fun. The result of which the Navajo were expelled from their lands in the Four Corners area, which is that tip of Utah. But they returned later to claim back their land. Yes, Emily. Did you want to say something? No? Okay. So,
Huh?
I thought you wanted to say something because you just turned and looked right at the camera, and I was like,
Well, I sent you like a meme like 20 minutes ago about a windy boy.
okay, well, I've been reading, so I wasn't.
I know.
They did not misplace the Mormons. Okay, listen, bear spray does not like bug spray. We would not like to have that say again. Bear spray is bad. How can I get close enough to bears to give them
Okay,
cookies?
I didn't send that one, but that one's fucking
If I'm
hilarious.
wearing bear repellent, Kelly, it's not even 9 a.m. in the morning.
That's to go back with the bear.
So I think, Emily, you have a doctor's appointment. It's almost 1 o'clock.
Well, it's almost 1 o'clock our time.
Okay, I was like, time different. Oh shit.
Yeah, you gotta go. I love you. Goodbye.
Thanks for being here.
Goodbye. She moved too fast. She hurted herself.
Yeah, go.
But I'm having fun.
Well, you
I
have
know.
to go to your doctor's appointment, honey.
Yeah.
And not the one you're dating, which means you have to leave the house.
Yes.
Damn it.
Sorry, just gonna make that clear.
Gotta make that clear, yeah. My poor pixels. Alright.
That means you
Can I
have to
come
hang
back
up.
Later?
Yeah,
Can I come
you-
back later?
Yeah, you can come
Yeah.
back later after your appointment.
Yay, I'm loved.
Of course you're loved.
Go do adult things and then come back.
Yes.
La Blanca's against spooky shit. I'm putting that on a cup. I hope you guys know.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Go. You're going to be late.
Bye.
Okay, bye. I love her. I had my little alarm go off on my phone. Remind Emily of appointment, so.
I appreciate that you kept that in line. The next appointment is going to be my children appearing, so that's what's happening today, but it's fine. We has time. We has an hour.
What time will that be?
An hour.
Oh,
So,
an hour. We're good.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
almost done. So the Ute believe that the Navajo put a curse on them and left shapeshifters among them because of what the Ute did to the Navajo people, which I could completely understand because that was some shisty shit.
Right.
This is why the Ute people will never go near any of the acreage of Skywalker Ranch.
Not surprising.
It seems reasonable.
So previous owners of the ranch have reported strange occurrences in the area. Fugel said he had bought the cattle ranch in 2016, not believing he would see anything unusual. 6 months later, he saw UFO activity in broad daylight.
Well, knock that one right off the top.
Right. So
Check.
skeptics say there's no hard evidence of anything unusual happening at the ranch. However, biochemist who was part of the investigation team there in 1997, claimed to see a humanoid creature in a tree staring down at the team. So he was clutching onto the tree with both of his arms and his legs.
It's totally fine. It was just me on a full moon, and I lost my kite. We're good.
So he apparently...
I crash landed. Sorry, guys.
Everyone knows nighttime is the best time to get a kite out of a tree.
I know, seriously, God.
And you definitely must crawl up, like, in a very creepy manner to get it done. Otherwise, you might spook the kite.
So he apparently fired on the creature and he disappeared from sight. It was then that he noticed a large handprint in the snow with two sharp claws protruding from the rear part of the mark going a couple of inches deeper. It almost looked like a bird prey, maybe a raptor print, but with a huge hand. And from the depth of the print, from a very heavy creature.
Whoa. We're not fat shaming cryptids. It's fine.
No, yeah. So
I don't care how heavy you are. Snow is snow. Everybody go fall in.
So back to the origins. So we talked about a show. We talked about other histories. They were shape-shifting, real animals. They looked just like normal animals, right? But the only way that the Navajo and the native people could tell that they were different were their eyeballs. So instead of them having regular colored eyes like black or brown, they were colored deep crimson red.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. So genes have other powers aside from taking other animal shapes, including...
Because that's not enough.
Of course not.
I'm sorry. Right? Like, not only...
But wait, there's more.
There's always more.
Take the form of something that you just happen to covet. Now you get to do other things too?
Yes.
Bitch, I can barely run without wheezing. That's not fair.
That's all of us.
Same.
So, not only can they shapeshift, they include reading others' minds, controlling their thoughts and behaviors, destroying and causing disease and illnesses, destroying property, and death.
Those don't seem as cool as taking somebody else's shape. Also, like, after that's just narcissism.
So...
I'm sorry, it's just a narcissistic shapeshifter?
You met my brother,
With the-
so...
How was your outside voice?
I don't really care. I know my family doesn't listen to this podcast, so I don't give a shit.
Thank you for not counting me as your family. I heard that with
I'm
both
talking
my ears.
about blood relatives.
Whatever.
Not soul family. Shut up. So, there is a story that tells of a man who is making repairs on a ranch at home when he heard loud laughter in a nearby sheep pen. Thinking he was alone, he went to investigate and found all of the sheep, but one, huddled in a corner of a pen. The lone ram separated, stood upright, laughing in a human manner. The man locked eyes with the ram, and he sees that his eyes are not of an animal, but very much humans. The animal then casually walked away on all four legs.
No. No.
I was going to make a joke and say the laughter was just us recording, but I take that way back.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry. And also, Why the fuck did you pick a ram?
So
Why
that
don't you go be a lion somewhere?
that was in the Appalachia. So that story is from the Appalachian. So this next
He could be a
one,
lion somewhere.
right. So this next one is from the California coastline, Sierra Nevadas area where the Navajo Nation is, which is on the West Coast. Hold on. Yeah, West Coast. Sorry, I had to do never eat soggy waffles.
I thought it was never eat shredded wheat, and we talked about this last time.
I love shredded wheat. I had some today.
I know we're not getting back into this. We are not getting back into this.
So in the
But
1980s.
Wait, how many of these are there? How many times are you
Too
going to
many.
like build me up and then crush my soul with fear?
So
Too many times.
Right?
So, in the 1980s, one of the most notable events occurred when a family was driving through the Navajo Nation. Something jumped from the ditch as they slowed to make a sharp curve. It was described as black, hairy, and wearing a shirt and pants. A few days after the event, the family was awakened to loud drumming and chanting at their home in Flagstaff, Arizona. Outside their home were 3 dark forms, shaped like men, outside their fence. Meg, I'm not going to say that.
Why I wrote it. Also, wearing shirt and pants. If you've already got fur, why are we double dipping?
Right, seriously.
Are we modest? Are we modest shapeshifters? Or are we just really greedy? And we're like, not only am I going to take that gorgeous pelt, I'm also going to wear my like fabulous champ's shirt.
So funny that you brought that up. The next topic is... So, the reason that jeans became jeans is because they were greedy witches. And they wanted to take everything that they could get. So, they're notoriously hard to kill. And any attempts are usually unsuccessful. Trying to kill one will often reach a result of the witch sinking revenge.
Great.
Yes.
So maybe we just... I don't know. Isn't there like a Witcher guy who can come help us with this? I hear Henry Cavill's not working right now.
Let's just sign him right up. So,
What I wouldn't give.
serious. So, anthropologists have studied all that has been written about genes, beliefs over the decades, and they discussed in the way which a lot of the tales function as cautionary tales. And there's another key aspect of the media's relation into it, of which is called cultural appropriation, which we talked about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There was a movie that came out in 2002, appropriately named the name.
Chains.
Yes. And it had a lot of cultural and linguistic inaccuracies, of course, as most.
Because of course.
I was to say because most of the time we're just trying to make it scary, not accurate.
Right.
Which is funny because the accurate shit is probably scarier.
Right.
Oh, 100%.
Well, there was a Cheyenne or Arapaho tribe member that worked on the actual movie itself, but they were non-Navajo, which is the basis for most of the native words. So, then later, 2016, Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, they included altered versions of genes in her online series History Magic in North America, which is after Fantastic Beasts. She came out with that.
I didn't get there. Yeah, I didn't get into that one. I don't know that one very well.
So,
in fact, at all.
I mean, I like Fantastic Beasts because it showed other sides of Grindelwald, but I don't like J.K. Rowling. So Quidditch.
Find the seeker.
So critics charged that the series of Harry Potter reduced an important belief of the Navajo Nation down to an Anglo-centric story. And that is all the information that I connected about Skinny Boys, and you're going to hate me about this because I have a photo.
Why? No.
Nope.
We don't
Not looking.
It is a charcoal depiction.
Send it to yourself.
It is a charcoal depiction of what they're supposed to look like.
Ma'am, my messenger is up. Stop. That. No.
I hate it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
There's so much wrong with this.
I did not like researching this at all because Josh thinks it's funny. Josh thinks it's funny to laugh outside at night and to
He's
sing.
also a white man.
He is also a very white man.
A white man? No.
A white man? No. A man to a man? Jesus.
I can imagine that you did not enjoy researching this because I can tell you, I did not enjoy hearing it. And now, seeing it, I thought you liked me.
I do. I love you.
You know what? I'm having a hard time believing you with photos like that. Also, you did a great job researching.
I
I'm
actually
putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllables today.
I found actual photos.
Don't do that.
I didn't save them. I scrolled past it as quickly as I could because I'm not. Oh, Emily. She left for her doctor's appointment. She said puppy.
In response to the photo. That is, fun fact, not a puppy.
So I just sent the spray bottle of no.
Not a puppy.
With, I don't. So I did genealogy, I want to say maybe a couple of years ago. I spit into a tube and sent it to 23andMe. Just because I wanted to prove to my ex-best friend that I was indeed Italian. I'm not.
No.
I am 17%
Surprise.
native.
Ah.
So now I understand why my folklore is so important to me and why I've held so close to my grandmother's traditions is because of that. It's not common for people to be more than 10% Aztec native. And I am 17.9% Aztec native. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I do not think I am. I'm mostly Northern European. Surprise. Look at me.
Same.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Same.
Fucking glow in the light.
Right.
Reflect sunlight. And not in a cool, sparkly way.
So, I did look at the Appalachian aspect. They do have something out there that is like these, but it's more of like a werewolf specter kind of thing. And
y'all can keep your creepy dog thingies over there. That's cool.
Well, it was another requested topic, but for one of my kids, they requested werewolves. So I can't lump them into this category. It has to be its own.
True.
Fine.
It's one thing.
Yeah. But that is...
Okay, but if a flea bites a werewolf, does it turn into a wereflea?
Can you imagine? What about a tick? A were tick?
That's what I'm thinking. Like
a were skeeto.
Oh,
that would be terrible.
That would be horrible.
It already happened. Those are the little zebra.
If they then bite somebody else, do they turn into a werewolf because it's transmitting? You don't actually get bit by a werewolf, or do you turn into a whatever it is that bit you?
Or once it bites the werewolf, does it then die and then cannot bite something else? Therefore, that's why we don't have an epidemic of were people.
Right.
So many questions,
none of which have answers.
Unfortunately,
what if you had like a were snake?
Oh God, no. I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. I lived with snakes. I'm fine. I don't want any more.
I lived with snakes. Makes me feel like you lived in a zoo.
No.
My neighbor was a python. On this side, that side. Sounds great.
I hope that you guys stay feral. Please do not whistle and sing in the woods. Or sing at night outside.
If you see something, no, you didn't. If you hear something, no,
you
didn't.
Very
Stay
much
safe. especially in the woods.
Very much witches against spooky shit.
Yes.
Class.
We'll see you guys next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Next time on the Pandemonium Witches.
So their grouping is mythological. They are an entity all over by themselves. It's the name for dwellers of the sea who can remove their seal skin and transform into humans, supposedly.
Why is there so much removing of skin? What do we have against skin? That's 7 layers of necessity. Just the seal skin portion.
Just the seal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like you know, just taking
Because
off
they
one
take
suit.
it off like a coat.
Oh,
It's like a fucking onesie. Like you went from sloth onesie to like, hey.
to human onesie. Got it.
So
You know, sloth
off this
onesie
coat,
that,
like,
naked
and they
rat.
turn to a human.
Thanks. I hate it.
Part of the world.